What's up, guys? Happy quarantine day, whatever it is for you. So I've got a lot of questions in my DMs about reducing calories during the quarantine. So I thought I would just jump on here and do a quick video about it. So the answer is, it just depends. It depends if you have reduced activity because you're now working from home, you're homeschooling, you're just not moving our normal, running to the store, running the kids here, doing this, doing that, the normal just daily activities that you have all day long that keep you moving. If those obviously have been dramatically reduced for a lot of us because we're stuck at home. And then if you're stuck at home, working from home now, where you're behind, at the kitchen table and the bathroom is literally 10 steps away and the kitchen is 3 steps away versus when you were in the office and maybe you had to walk down the hall and out into the corridor or whatever it is to go to the restroom, or a further walk to the kitchen, or you'd walk outside and eat lunch at the designated area you have outside of your office. So all of those small movements throughout the day really do add up and add to your, what we call your total daily energy expenditure. And if you have reduced those activities dramatically, like you're sitting at the kitchen table and you're super close to the restroom and super close to the kitchen, and you're not moving as much throughout the day with those types of activities, then yes, probably you should reduce your calories. If you're not getting your workouts in, because now not only are you, a professional, you're also a homeschooler. So you're trying to find the new balance of getting your work done, plus the homeschooling, plus manage life. And it's completely overwhelming for a lot of you guys right now. And finding this balance is a huge struggle, especially because it was just the unknown. We didn't know how long it was going to last. And now, as of yesterday, they've extended the quarantine to April 30th. So you've got another 4 weeks at least, if you're in a area where they haven't already called off school for the rest of the year. Here in Louisville, Kentucky, they have not called off it completely yet, to my knowledge. I just know now it's till April 30th. So, now you've got 4 more weeks under your belt and you're just stressing out how you can figure this out, but you have to come up with a new plan, a new routine, and hopefully things settle down for you. But if you're not, if you're not getting those workouts in, if your steps, normally let's say you're getting 10,000 steps a day and now we're getting 3,000. So yes, you should reduce your calories because your activity level is not the same. This is where tracking is so important and comes into play, because if you were tracking prior to quarantine, so you knew how many steps a day you were getting or how many calories you were burning throughout the entire day, how many workouts or how many calories you burned in a workout, how many calories you're consuming, you know where to make those adjustments so that you don't start to pile on the pounds because your activity level is reduced. So, if you have no idea how much you have been eating calorie-wise, and then you don't really know how many steps you were taking or how many calories you were burning throughout the day, you're just kind of like shooting bullets into the water and just hoping that you hit a fish, it's not, you're doing your best guesstimate. So, I would just say, pay attention. If you haven't been tracking, start to track now that you're home, so that you get an idea of what you're consuming. And I would weigh in every day and I would start to watch the scale. And if it starts to slowly creep up consistently, now your scale's going to fluctuate day to day. But and this go back to my other videos where I talk about how to weigh in. You should weigh in every day and then take your average at the end of the week of your weigh-ins. And then if your average is consistently increasing, let's say from this week to next week, then you might want to look at pulling back some of the calories or working harder to get your activity level back up, going for a walk. I tell my clients, go to the furthest bathroom in the house. So if you're working downstairs and you have a bathroom upstairs or in the basement, go to that bathroom, take those few extra steps. Every hour on the hour, get outside and take a lap around your house or whatever it may be to get moving, not only to get the movement, but for sanity reasons, right? You don't need to sit behind that desk all day. And you have to go back to thinking at the office, you know, you get up and move and you go talk to somebody, or you have to go to the fax machine or the copier or to the restroom or to fill up your water. So you're getting up from behind that desk. At home, it's very easy just to sit there because you're in the convenience of everything right there for you. So making that effort each hour to get up and move. And then when you get your schedule figured out, finding a time to get that workout in. So maybe some of you got to work out at lunch. You know, you were normally able to get away from work and go work out during lunch, and now you can't do that because the kids are home and this. So you might have to get up earlier. You might have to make some sacrifices here and there and do some things outside of what you're accustomed to during this period to get it in. And that's part of life, and you know, part of the whole change here is adapting to the change. I have completely had to adapt my schedule, which, I mean, it's not a huge leap for me from my schedule because I worked from home a lot, but it is in a sense of now how I'm working from home and how I schedule my sitters and having to change my workouts to be able to produce online workouts now for my clients. So I'm not technically getting my own workout. Anyway, you have to adapt. You have to keep going and moving in order to make it work. You know, and I personally kind of set a goal and going to play with this, and I'm trying to come out of the quarantine fitter than I went in. So I'm staying on track. I'm keeping my nutrition on point. I'm moving. I actually feel like I'm maybe moving a little bit more because I'm not driving to teach classes. I do have a little bit more time in my day, so I'm getting Finley out and taking her for really long walks. And I was not able to do that with my normal work schedule. I never had time to go for a walk because of work. And now I have that time. So I'm super grateful for that, and thinking of things that I'm grateful for that I'm getting to experience during this quarantine due to my schedule changes. The other is I get to be the one to wake her up out of bed every morning and get her dressed and give her breakfast. And that was never, I was always gone to work when she would wake up. So I'm enjoying that as well. But okay, so I defer a little bit, but I'm just saying, yes, overall, if your activity level is reduced, then yes, you should reduce your calories. If you have no idea how many calories you're eating or no idea how many calories you were burning prior to it, take a week, track your food, track your weights, and then compare it to next week. I mean, you got at least four more weeks in this quarantine, so you can take this week and kind of collect your data, and then take next week and compare to this week's, and then make your adjustments from there. But you start to feel the difference in your energy level. You can feel if you're holding water, if you're bloated, or if you're inflamed because you're not getting around and moving. Maybe we're not making the best food choices because we're stuck at home. I know a lot of people treated this kind of as a mini vacay the first 2 weeks. And kind of just let things go. And now I think maybe it's really sinking in that this is not a vacay. This is going to be my new norm for a new bit. So I've got to get my shiz back together, basically. So I hope this is somewhat helpful for you. But again, you know, yes, reduce calories if activity levels have dramatically reduced. If you have no idea what that is, track and compare. And have a baseline so you know where you either need to increase your activity or reduce your calories if you're unable to get your activity levels up. So yeah, so enjoy the quarantine, guys. Make the best of it. Think of the things that you're getting to do during it that you normally wouldn't do in everyday life, and it's a bonus, so enjoy it.